You see, they had to get a conviction. They had to. That was the goal, and it had to happen right now before the election. There's not an analyst alive that doesn't believe this isn't going to be overturned because of the stuff that happened in this ridiculous trial that was so lopsided, so unfair. It's almost stunningly unbelievable that we've even allowed this to happen in front of us. But all they wanted to do was to be able to call Donald Trump a convicted felon. Every time you hear them referring to Donald Trump going forward, it's going to be convicted felon Donald Trump. Convicted felon Donald Trump. Non-stop, folks. That's what you're going to hear non-stop. And it kind of reminded me of the January 6th. See, this is how the game is played. And I'm saying this to fair-minded people. If you're not a fair-minded person who doesn't have the ability to reason things out logically, then just turn me off, and I'm fine with that. But it reminds me of January 6th, the insurrection that we're told happened. You see, they had to make that an insurrection. Now get this, not one person that was arrested for January 6th, not one has been charged with insurrection. Why is that? Why wouldn't they charge anybody with insurrection? Because see, then folks, if they charge somebody with insurrection, there's going to be a court case. And they're going to lose because it wasn't an insurrection, folks. And we could prove that it wasn't an insurrection. So now, if that happens, they can't say January 6th was an insurrection. So what they do is they don't charge anybody. They move forward and they just pound and pound and pound. January 6th was an insurrection. It was an insurrection. But yet they haven't charged one person with insurrection. That's very interesting. And that's how the game is played. They want to be able to call Donald Trump a convicted felon. That's what they wanted, and that's what they got. They got a jury that charged him on all counts. And when you get into this judge, when you get into this prosecution and what happened, it is absolutely stunning. Again, like I said, there is not a legal analyst that I know of on either side of the aisle. I mean, even MSNBC and CNN have been saying this in the past couple of days. This is kind of off the charts. This is going to be overturned. There's no question Donald Trump is going to be exonerated. He's going to be. But, they're hoping they're banking on that's going to happen after the election. I'm hoping they fast track it and they get to that right away on that appeal because he's going to be exonerated, folks. There's no question. Just a matter of time.